So the big question is this: how do most agents who struggle to get the information that most successful agents hoard to themselves grow and prosper without this information? That's the big question, and this video cast is the answer. Welcome to Real Estate Rockstars. I'm your host, Pat Hyben. And now for the review of the day. Best podcast for agents, period. P-E-R-I-O-D, capital, all caps. 5 stars. The People's Agent. I find that this package has the most meat and potatoes for any agent learning the game. All of his guests bring tremendous value. If you're an agent starting out as a veteran in the business, I suggest you watch this podcast. Hey, a lot of people are watching it. Now we're, on the iTunes video as well as the audio. So that's great to see. Keep the comments coming, guys. I love them. And remember, I eat feedback for breakfast. So give me a 1-star review if you want, or a 5-star review if you want. I don't care. And the more reviews we get, the better guests we get. So please, subscribe first and then leave us a review or wherever you're listening. All right, Rockstar Nation, listen up. We've had rookie agents on the show. A lot of times I'll try to get the top 30 under 30. I'll try to get, rookies of the year. But I don't think I've ever had anybody on the show who's been in the business less than a year. Yes, less than a year. So what do you got to do to get on this show, right? And granted, we scrutinize our guests. I mean, we've had over 3 million real estate agent downloads. Obviously we're one of the top in the charts and currently adding more and more people. So we can't have, chumps on the show. So the criteria for being on the show for less than a year basically is just not going to happen, except when I was introduced to this guest today. Now get this, I want to think about some numbers for a minute. First of all, times that you took the test and failed. See if you got her beat on these numbers. 5, right? Failed 5 times. Number of children and still being able to sell real estate, which is a very demanding job and takes away from family time, very difficult. 7, right? And a time in the business, 8 months, right? 8 months, and in the past 6 of those 8 months, sold 15 houses. So I said, man, I got to get her on and find out how and why and everything, because whatever she's doing, everybody should be doing. It's got to be, there's got to be tons of meat and potatoes in here for everybody. So anyways, without further ado, Amanda, welcome to Real Estate Rockstars.
Hey, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Why don't you tell everybody about yourself, of what I didn't already mention?
Okay, so yes, I do have 7 kids. That is 7 that came out of me. I just had my 7th child in January. So like Pat already said, actually I'm up to 17 houses now, Pat.
All right.
I've closed 2 more. Woo-hoo.
Crazy.
And that's just since January. I didn't sell anything in November or December of last year, but since January, I've closed 17 houses.
Okay, so you've sold, yeah, that's crazy, right? So in the last 6 months, you've sold 17 houses, and you had a kid.
I had,
yes, your 7th. I like how you say they came out of me. So none are stepkids. So they're all yours. Wow.
Oh, yeah. I birthed all 7 of them. But and I've done 3.6 million since January, and I strive to sell $1 million a month. Some months I haven't, met, but I mean, I think 3.6, million. It's not too shabby.
Yeah, right.
Not for a rookie agent.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people in the business 6 months are just, I talked to a guy the other day. He's been in the business about 4 months, hadn't sold anything yet, and I was like, hey, it takes time. I think I didn't sell anything, for a couple of months. Most people struggle. This is crazy. So, okay, so and before this, right? How old are you, first of all?
I'm 38.
You're 38. And before this, you were in the Navy, right?
For 14 years. Yes.
14 years. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And so you got out of the Navy, right? You did a couple of odd jobs.
Yes.
You were like, I need more money.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
And you're like, I'm better than this. And you went at it and you eventually got your license after failing 5 times. So tell me, like, first of all, what motivated you? Like, a lot of people would have quit, right? They've been like, after failing 2 times, they'd be like, well, I guess I'm not smart enough, or I'm not good. I just am not cut out for this.
Yes, I did quit, but failing, it wasn't an option because it's something that I've wanted to do. And I wasn't going to let it beat me. So I just hunkered down. I had to study more. I had to study more than most people do. My broker, worked with me a lot. She is, she's my mentor, and she just helped me, she broke it down, I guess, Barney style, if you want to put it that way, to where I would, fully understand. Because real estate, the terms and the legal stuff, it can be a little overwhelming. And for me, it was really overwhelming. So she just broke it down, kindergarten style to me, where I actually understood it. And once I got my license, she knew I would take off, and that's what I did.
Yeah, I mean, that's so true. I mentor some kids, and I find the same thing sometimes, when you throw in all the big words and you mix it in with a bunch of mumbo jumbo, sometimes it just you don't get the comprehension, right? But if I can break it down, like you said, like a kindergartner can understand, right? Then they comprehend it. Right. And then they get it, and then they pass. So, all right. So I guess what we want to know really is not how you pass the test, which is great for brokers out there that have agents that have failed. Maybe you should sit down with them. God bless your broker for spending the time with her.
Was amazing. Yes.
I mean, she really believed in you. Most brokers would be like, "Oh, sorry for your luck. I'm too busy." Right? They don't have time to be a tutor. Right, but she saw something in you. So now you got a chip on your shoulder, right? You failed 5 times. You're like, I got something to prove.
Yes.
So what happened? Like, how'd you get these deals?
So she does provide us leads from realtor.com. They come in, there's several agents, that have to claim them right away. So as soon as they come in, you got to be the fastest one. You got to claim it. They're, basically you're cold calling them because they don't know you, you don't know them. So, I just go through the motions of, asking them about the house, giving them all the information about the house that they want, basically selling myself, to them so they will choose me and not another agent. So I'm really good at that, apparently.
So your broker provides leads, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So do you know where these leads are coming from? Like how they are getting them?
They come from realtor.com.
Okay. So they pay for realtor.com leads.
Yes.
And so you basically just showed up and started catching the leads that the broker pitched to you through money, right?
Yes.
So what do you think made you different than all the other agents that are getting pitched these leads? Because a lot of frustration that I hear on this show is that the leads gets pitched, whether it be from realtor.com or any other portal, and it's the agents don't close them. So how are you closing them? What are you doing differently?
That's a great question. I think it mainly comes down to how your character is portrayed through the phone. I always have a smile on my face whenever I'm talking to these clients. I'm just down to earth, with them. I get on their level, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, but if I hear kids in the background, obviously, I'm a mom, so I can, kind of veer my way to, I hear the kids in the background, is this a good time? Or, how kids can be, and just make them feel comfortable, with the situation that we're in right now. And, I'm just, honest with them. And I tell them that I want to know what their needs are, what their wants are, what their vision is for the future. And whenever I say that to them, they're just like, oh, so you're not about like making money, or, oh, you're not really all about like trying to sell me a house. And I'm not. I'm trying to give you the American dream, but I'm trying to give you something that is going to, sustain your family, and that makes your family comfortable and makes your family happy, for years to come. It's just not about me taking you out to a house and be like, oh, you like this one? Okay, great. Well, then that's it. It's not about that to me. It's about building a relationship with them, building a relationship with their family, becoming family, and in turn, that's how I think, I've gotten my referrals. Even though I've only been in the business not that long, I've gotten probably like 7 or 8 referrals because I build that rapport with them and I make it like a family.
That's interesting. Yeah. I mean, 7, 8 referrals, that's half of the deals, right?
Well, that's come lately that I'm working with now.
So, okay. So what's your schedule like? Like what time are you calling these leads? How are you organizing these leads? Like tell me, break it down like your broker broke it down for you. Like if you were to set up a system for people listening on how to deal with online leads.
Yes.
How would you teach it?
Okay. So I start my day at 5 a.m. I know that's kind of insane, but I start my day at 5 a.m.
No, I mean, you're doing something that we want to know how, so that's good if that's what it is, right?
Yes. So I start my day at 5 a.m. mainly because it's peace and quiet in my house because my kids are sleeping. But I started at 5 a.m. I start doing my emails at 5 a.m. I make my, little to-do list and stuff. Sometimes I try to do it the night before, but usually I can't, so I do it in the morning. But, of like all my sphere, my clients that I'm talking to now in my pipeline, I have them listed out, hey, you need to make contact with these people today. And usually like when a new client comes in, I call them. If I call them, they don't answer, I call them right back. Because, a lot of times whenever you call somebody and I don't know who you are, so I'm not going to answer the phone, I call them right back. So they're like, oh, well, this must be an important phone call. And
it must be an emergency. I've been getting that lately. I've been getting like telemarketers calling me and I know it's a telemarketer. And then like immediately they call back and I can't help but think maybe it's not a telemarketer. Maybe it's an emergency, right?
Right. And that's how, to be honest with you, I've broken through other agents that were calling them, is because I called them back to back. And a lot of agents, they tell me, Amanda, how are you getting these, leads talking to you, because they won't even answer the phone. So I call them back to back. If I don't get them on the phone, I send them a text message like right away. Like even while, I'm calling them, I'm sending them a text message. And I also, Pat, I send them a picture of me. Okay. Like my headshot, my real estate headshot, so they can see who I am. And I personally think that that's already building the relationship, because I'm not just your standard person who's trying to, sell you a house. Wow, she took the time to send me a picture of her, so I know who I'm talking with.
So you're texting them a photograph of you, a selfie or whatever, professional photo, and say, by the way, this is what I look like, or by the way, this is me.
Yes. And they love it. Because I'm not just like they're, just a stranger. Like now they know, now they can put a name with a face.
Wow. Fascinating. Okay. And then what? So
then I follow up with an email. And then, so if I don't talk to them, that day, I call them. I do this 3 times a day for at least a week.
Okay. Okay. Do you have specific times that you're doing this?
Yes. Usually I have found if you start calling people between, and I know it's early, but if you start calling people between like 8 and 9:30, I get through. Then I usually take the lunch break people, right, from like 12 to 2, because some people take lunches at 1. So 12 to 2, I'm making my next set of phone calls, right, because I call them 3 times a day. Then I have found between 7, and I know it seems kind of late, but between 7 and like 8:30ish, I call for the 3rd time. And I'll usually, if I don't talk to them first thing in the morning, like whenever I get the lead, I'll have talked to them by the end of the night.
So 8 to 9,
yes,
12 to 1, and 7 to 8. That's the bottom line.
Yes.
That's the bottom line. I think a lot of people do call at the wrong times. You know what I mean? If you think about it, I mean, you should be. I mean, back in the day when I was, banging out cold calls and things, of course my hit ratio was better after work.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. So, okay. All right. So you do that. What else are you doing? Like, what else are you doing to make this happen? So you're obviously working your butt off. You're hustling.
I am hustling. Yes, I am hustling.
Hey guys, as you know, my book, 6 Steps to 7 Figures, has been a New York Times bestseller and a USA Today bestseller with over 30,000 copies sold to real estate agents and real estate investors alike. And listen, I have decided to do something really special here. I am going to give away 200 copies. Yes, I'm going to give away 200 copies that I have. And all you need to do to get one is to go to free6stepsbook.com. That's free6stepsbook.com, all spelled out, SIX, stepsbook.com. And you can fill out a form, and all you need to do is pay the shipping and handling, and I'm going to send you that book absolutely free. Or simply text the word PAT to 444-999. My goal is for you to have this book if you haven't read it yet. An absolute must for any real estate agent's library. 6 Steps to 7 Figures, a real estate professional's guide to building wealth and creating your destiny. Just go to free6stepsbook.com and fill out the form, and I will send it to you absolutely free. Or simply text the word PAT to 444-999. That's PAT to 444-999.
So after I get them on the phone, I've found out what they want. So now we've set up the time for the meeting. So we, and I also send them the night before that we're going to go look at houses. I send them in a text message or email, whichever way, they prefer. But I send them a list of houses in order that we're going to go to. So they have that. So basically it's like an itinerary. And they love that because they're like, wow, you're giving me an itinerary? Like, I feel special. You know what I mean? And it's just something, again, that just goes above and beyond what, a regular agent.
You're constantly calling, constantly texting. Like, how many times will you call a lead before you give up and say, they're not serious?
To be honest, maybe 35 times. No joke. Yeah.
35 times.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to call you until you tell me, Amanda, please stop calling me.
What's the worst that's happened? Someone screamed at you?
I've been cussed out, but I'm just like, okay, thank you for your time. That's all you had to tell me in the first place. I don't want to buy a house. Okay.
I guess you got cussed out in the Navy a few times, huh?
Yeah. And then also those people who are mad at me, I'll always end it. Well, do you have someone who's looking to buy a home? And then they hang up. It's all good. It's all good.
Oh my goodness. So yeah. So what advice do you have for people that are afraid of that? Right? Because I think a lot of people are like, oh my God, that's obnoxious 35 times. She deserves to be cussed out. Right? Okay. What would you say to that?
I will say, yes, it is obnoxious, but let's see, $108,000 in commission since January,
damn.
Home, 65,000, of that because, my split with my broker. I think I can be obnoxious for that.
Yeah. It's paying to be obnoxious, right?
It is paying, but it pays off. Persistence pays off. Anybody, who's been in this industry or anything else, do you just try one time and give up? No, because if you did, then you wouldn't be successful in anything, I think.
Yeah. All right, cool. So $65,000 net to you in 6 months' time. And, what's the most you made when you were leaving the Navy?
I made about before taxes, maybe 43,000 in a year.
Okay.
And that's at my 14-year mark.
Wow. So clearly, you're sticking with this career.
Yes, my husband also agrees. He's getting ready to retire, so but I'm going to make him get his real estate license as well.
Yeah, he could be your assistant, right? That's you're doing so much business. You're going to need somebody to
I know, right?
Yeah. No, that's smart. Okay, and And so let's kind of role play this because clearly it's a little different. It's a lot more assertive probably than most agents are used to thinking, but I think it's a great way to think. Let's just say you're calling me. Like typically, the lead you get a name, email, and phone number.
Yeah, and the property they want to view.
And the property, or the property they just signed in for, right? They might not want to look at it, right? So, okay, so hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
So my name is Amanda Whitney. I'm with World Class Realty. I've seen that you were looking at 1234 Zillow Lane. Has an agent reached out to you yet about this property?
No.
Okay, well, great. That's good for me, and that's great for you because you get me. So what most interests you in this property?
I think that was the contemporary one. I just have always loved contemporary houses, and it was, it had these really cool angles and all that glass in the front. It was just different. You know what I mean? So I was just curious about it.
Right. So are you already working with an agent right now?
No.
No. Okay. So you currently don't have a realtor of your own. Well, like I said, that's good. That's great for you. Good for me. So what I would like to do is take you out to the property. This property is available. I've already pulled it up and I have all the information for this property right now. So when are you available to go look at it?
Well, I'd have to get back to you. I was just kind of looking around right now.
Okay. Looking around, like you want to buy maybe in, I don't know, 2 to 3 months, or are we still trying to buy right now? And
I mean, we're in a lease now. I think the lease I have to look at is up in about 4 months.
Okay, well, that's not bad. I've had a lot of, clients who that are in, leases, but the good thing is we can get the seller to pay your break lease fee. So that's really I'm not really worried about that. But what I would like to do is, are you married?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I would like for you and your husband to come in and sit down with me, or not you and your husband, sorry, you and your wife.
That's fine.
I apologize, but yeah, because usually it's the women who are calling.
Yeah, it's no problem.
So yeah. So
I could be gay, you know what I mean? You don't know, yeah, right? You and your spouse, I guess, is best.
You and your spouse, yeah, you and your spouse. So you and your spouse come in, meet with me, and is this your first time buying a home, or you bought a home in the past?
Yeah, no, we've never bought. We've rented. Okay. I used to rent a room from like a roommate situation. Then we got married, and this is our first rental. This will be 2 years in this rental.
Oh, okay. So I would like to, for y'all to come in because I have a first-time home buyer packet that I like to give you, and it goes like it breaks it down, step by step, and it just, more of a understanding of the process that happens. And then while you're in here with me, then we can actually look up houses, besides the one that you just clicked on. And that way we can get a better, understanding, so we can get all these houses lined up. And then, are you already pre-approved?
No.
No? Okay. So I have an in-house person. Her name is Ivy Perez. Love working with her. She works with OVM Financial, and she can get you pre-approved in about 45 minutes. And then, bam, we already know what we're working with. So that way, we're not out looking, at these houses or over here. We know where we can stay. And then we can set up the appointments, and we can go look. We can get this party started.
Well, can't you, Amanda, just send me, a couple emails, like a couple other agents that reached out to me, just been sending me emails.
Right. And see, what they're doing is sending you emails. I'm talking to you on the phone right now. I'm taking the time to call you. I want to get to know you. I want to bring you in. I want to see what your wants and needs are. So yeah, I'm not just about sending you an email. I need, you know what I mean? Like face to face is where it's at, because I really need to understand like where you want to go with this. But if that's what you prefer, email or text, I can do that right now. But even you don't even have to come to my office. I can take you to, this local coffee shop that's right next door, por favor. I can take you there, or we can go meet somewhere else that you're more comfortable. You don't have to drive, over here, or I can come to your house and meet wherever you're more comfortable. I'm here.
Okay, let's set something up.
Great, yay! So that's what I do.
So the goal really is to just get them face to face, right?
Yes.
And you're not and so, like, how many of these leads do you think you got to go through before you could get that face to face?
So every 10 to 12 leads I get, I can convert 2 or 3.
Really?
That are actually serious about,
That's a high ratio. Oh, that are serious. So you mean like, so you don't, if they're not serious, right? They're like looking for the.
Sometimes, they'll have credit issues, which I have a credit person that I work with, right? So I don't just like kick them to the curb. Like I still want to help them, you know what I mean? Achieve home ownership. Then there's some who are renters, and let me tell you, I love renters because my conversion rate with renters is pretty good.
What? Okay, so what's the script there? So here, let's role play this. I think we're gonna rent for another year.
Okay, so could you tell me like why you're veering towards renting and not buying?
Everything's brand new. We don't have to fix. I don't got time to fix. Be honest with you, I just don't. I just work real hard, and I don't got time. And the landlord does everything. It's just turnkey. It's just great for us.
Right. So I want to stop you right there. Do you remember what you just said? You worked so hard.
Yes.
Worked so hard for what? To pay somebody else's mortgage? To pay something that is not going to be yours? I would rather you put that money into a house that belongs to you that you can use for an investment property. But again, a lot of, I would just like to, get with you face to face and show you how easy it is, for home ownership. So that's what I just kind of tell them. And a lot of people don't know how easy. I'm not saying the whole home buying process is easy, but a lot of people just don't really understand that it is easy, the steps to purchase a home. So I just try to explain that, and educate them. And at the end, they're just like, I could pay less money for a house than I am paying in rent. And like you said, Pat, you work hard for your money. So why do you want to pay somebody else's mortgage when you can be paying your own and owning something someday?
I want you to think about the word toolbox. What is a toolbox? A toolbox is a box full of tools that you use to build something great. At Real Estate Rockstars, we've created our own free toolbox. So everybody that comes on the show as a guest brings a tool with them, and we plow them all into this toolbox, and we give it away for our viewing audience to basically use as they wish. Everything we put in there is an actionable item that can be downloaded, can be printed, can be used immediately. And we got things like scripts and dialogues, checklists for teams, checklists to keep agents accountable, referral forms that are filled out at settlement to get referrals by your buyers and sellers. Everything you could think of that you could use on a regular basis about real estate is included in this toolbox. And it's helping agents worldwide sell more houses and make their jobs a lot easier and processes much more efficient. And the thing is, it's absolutely free. All you got to do is go to hibandigital.com/toolbox or text the word toolbox to 444-999. That's toolbox 444-999. Do it now. I mean, it helps that you have that leverage. I want to talk to you about that, the leverage of home ownership being a lower monthly payment than rental. Give me an idea of what that's like in Virginia Beach right now. Like, would they be getting a bigger house and a lower payment, or would it be the same thing? Like, tell me about that.
So right now in Virginia Beach, yes, you would get, a bigger house, a lower payment. Obviously it depends on your interest rate and everything, but so I just had a closing where they were paying like $1,500 a month for a 3-bedroom apartment, and they were on the 3rd floor, and we got them into a brand new construction home for $191,000, and it's 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, and their mortgage is less than what they were paying for rent, and it's a brand new construction home.
And they got a yard.
And they have a backyard. They have 2 kids. They have a dog. So, the kids have, they're each own room. The wife got her.
So it's a house. It's a home versus an apartment.
It's an apartment, right.
On the 3rd floor.
Yes.
And the payment is less. And there's a tax break.
Yes. Yes.
See,
and they have their own parking.
that's a great sell. I mean, that's an easy sell, I think, and I think a lot of agents don't recognize that they have that leverage, right? They don't even think about it, right?
Right. No, you're right.
That's awesome. Okay. So of these deals that you're doing, were any of them listings?
So I have one listing right now. 99% of, because I am new, but 99% of my sales are buyers.
Yeah. Well, you won't get listings in one of your unless it's a referral or a buyer wants to sell. Unless, of course, you aggressively shift a little bit and start prospecting for listings.
I do. So I love to go garage selling early mornings on Saturdays.
What does that mean? What's garage selling?
Yeah, garage selling. So I go to garage sales early morning, like around 7 a.m. on Saturday. So guess what? I get to see a lot of for sale by owners. So I take a picture of the signs in the yard, and then I go back later on between like 9 and 10, and I call those people and set up appointments. So that's what I've been doing. Really?
Is that how you got your listing?
No, my listing is from a friend, but I do have 2 appointments this week from taking pictures of the FSBO signs that I seen whenever I was garage selling.
So basically, you go garage. What's that?
I said it's free to just drive around.
Yeah, right. You drive around wait for the garage sale to have a FSBO sign. Yes. Then you stop. You look at the stuff that they're selling. Then you take a picture of it. So now you got their number and you've met them. And then you say, hey, I'm Amanda. I was at your garage sale. I'm also a real estate agent. Can we talk? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, something like that. Yes. But I mean, it's just, it's a way of prospecting whenever you're just out and about. Or, I'll just load the kids up in the car. They love going, drive around, looking at houses with me. And I'll just see for sale by owner signs, and I'll just write it down, and I'll call them, later on that night, or I'll put them on my to-do list for the next day, and I'll call them the next day.
That's good. Now, are you using any technology to help you out?
So I love the HomeSnap app.
Okay. So tell me about how you use it and what it does for you.
So whenever I'm on the phone with my clients and I'm trying to, hurry up and build that rapport with them, I'll, put them on speaker. I'll pull up the HomeSnap app, and it can tell you like the houses in the area where, because you can put in the address that they were looking for. And then it'll pull up houses around there, and I'll just start sending them houses. And they're like, oh my God, like we're still on the phone and you just sent me 3 houses. Like, you're for real serious. And again, to me, that just stand you apart from other agents that'll be like, oh, okay, well, I'll send you some in a little bit. No, you don't have a little bit, because in that little bit, there's 50 other agents calling them, you know what I mean? Trying to get that same business that you're trying to get.
Wow. Amazing. Okay. So you're very aggressive with that. Okay, cool. All right. So Amanda, I mean, this is you've pretty much answered a lot of this question, but I'm just curious if it would be any different because you were lucky in that, the one cool thing is that you chose a brokerage or a team model to go to that from day one provided leads, yes. Right? Yes. And that really helped you, out of the starting gate, which I guess is important, because a lot of people listen to the show just got their license,
Right, right. But also, Marie DePedro is amazing, and she does provide leads, and other agent, and to me, other agencies provide leads to their agents as well. But I have other friends who just got their license, and they haven't sold anything and they're still providing leads. I think it's all about the person and what they do with the lead. You know what I mean?
No, it's about calling them 35 damn times. I mean, sending them a photo. Hey,
but the numbers speak for themselves, though. So,
absolutely.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
No, I love it. I love it. So if our flagship question is this, and it ties right in, like, if I were to take you, right, and I put you with those other people that you know other people that have just started out, right? You've been in this business 8 months, right? You know other people that took the class with you, or at least took the test with you, because you must have taken the class like 2 years ago. You failed 5 times, but took the test with you or whatever, and it's like a horse race.
Yes.
And you all started at the same time, and you're the lead horse. So if I made that a reality TV show, and I stuck you on an island, and I stuck them on an island, and on this island there was a lot of commerce. People were buying and selling things, buying and selling houses. The one thing you have in common is nobody knows anybody, right? So the other thing you have in common is you don't have any leads. Right? No leads. And I'm giving you $1,000 each, a cell phone and a computer.
Okay.
How are you? And whoever sells the most houses in let's say a year period, wins $1 million. How are you going to win?
So I'm going to go door knocking. Basically, you know, I'm assuming since I have computer, I'll have internet, so I can do lots of social media. But, you know, basically just door knocking, getting myself, I have no problem walking myself up to strangers and being like, hey, my name's Amanda Whitney. I'm with World Class Realty. You know, here's my card. Are you in the market? Do you know somebody in the market to buy a house or list a house? Just getting yourself out there, whichever way, that's what I would do. And I'd kill it. I'd crush it.
So you would just be out. Hey, I'm an agent. I'm an agent.
Yes, until somebody says, can you please get out of my face? Sure can, but do you have a referral for me? Thank you.
I think that's hilarious. Like you don't even turn away at that point, you know?
No, I don't know. I can't, I'm not at that level yet to where I can turn business away. You know, like, you know, how sometimes, you know, seasoned agents, they get so busy, you know, or they can only, you know, they only want to take, you know, these clients, or they only have to take one client a month. I'm not there by no means. So, you know, basically everything to me is I have to take it. I have to take it.
You know, another funny thing you told me, and I want to discuss this, was, you know, when you first got out of the Navy, right, you took a regular corporate job, and not soon after you were fired. And they told you that the reason was because you don't work well with others, which I think is absolutely hilarious. But I can say that because I've been fired myself for similar reasons. Now, why do you think it is you work so well with others now that you're, you know, your own business person and your own, you know what I mean? What's the difference?
Because I can do things my way, and I'm not constricted to corporate America and how they think it's supposed to be done, and how they think you're supposed to act, and how you're supposed to dress, and this, that, and the other. I'm just me. What you see is what you get. You either like it, love it, don't like it, want to cuss me out, whatever. So I just feel that in this business, you know, we get to do what's comfortable for us and what makes us us and unique. And, you know, that's another reason why I'm successful, is because I'm just being me.
Yeah, I love that. Very inspirational. I love it. Okay. So what free gift did you bring, Amanda? As you know, everybody that comes on has to bring a free gift. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on Amanda's show notes, which will be hibandigital.com/Amanda Whitney, and it's WHITNEY. hibandigital.com/Amanda Whitney. And by the way, guys, all her contact information is there. If you want to send a referral down to Virginia Beach, she's happy to run with it. You know, she will follow up.
I will follow up.
I can guarantee you that. And or if you just want to say hi and thanks for being you, then you can reach out to her there, social media, that sort of thing. But I'm also going to put her free gift on hibandigital.com/Amanda Whitney. So what'd you bring today?
So what I brought today was basically Amanda's recommended schedule. So, you know, like when you need to get up, when you need to make your phone calls, when's a good time to go prospecting, if you want to go door knocking, which I love to do. And so basically it just gives you like what has worked for me. So I hope it works, you know, well for you, and I hope you enjoy it.
That's awesome. Yeah, everybody should print it out, post it up there, and just try it for 30 days, right? And see if you make money. I guarantee you'll make money.
35 days, because that's my lucky number, 35.
35 days. Guaranteed to make your commission, or you could call Amanda and tell her it didn't work. But I don't think that'll happen. So I'm going to put that on a show notes. I'm also going to put it on I'm also going to put it in the toolbox, by the way. The toolbox, we have over 100 free items that people have brought on the show like this and given. It's on highbanddigital.com/toolbox, or you can text the word toolbox to 444-999. Amanda, listen, I got a lot of friends in Virginia Beach. Actually, I got a little brother that lives there. And so, if I'm ever in the area, we'll definitely get together and break some bread.
Yes, and then actually you're about to do a podcast August 7th, right?
Oh, that's right. Yes, with Chantel Ray. Yeah.
Chantel Ray, yes.
Oh, good.
Listen. Oh
boy. Okay. Yeah, that'll be an online webinar.
Yes, I'm excited.
Cool. Well, good stuff. Well, raise your hand and ask a question if I have a Q&A afterwards.
Okay, I sure will.
All right, Amanda. You're welcome. Have a great day. Best of luck to you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Real Estate Rockstars. If this free content is giving you a ton of value, I want to ask a small favor in return. I need you to pull out your pointing finger and hit the subscribe button. Yes, hit subscribe, please. The more subscribers that we get on Real Estate Rockstars, the better guests are attracted to the shows. We'll get more guests from the top companies, from the top teams, and even more celebrity guests like Robert Kiyosaki and Barbara Corcoran. Also, if you're not a member of our free Facebook group, go to Real Estate Rockstars Radio right on Facebook and join the conversation. I'm on there myself on FaceTime Lives, and we have a lot of communications and questions about the show, and I'd love to see you there. And it's free. People ask me all the time, where am I on social media? I'm real easy to find. Just type in my name. My IG is I am Pat Hyben. It is blowing up on Instagram, adding tons of subscribers, and I'm on there probably twice a day. So definitely follow me on Instagram, as well as everywhere else. Thanks again for listening, and keep rocking.